Something about truth, justice, and the American way. Oh crap, I should do that review today. Hey everybody, Solomon Knight here, and I just want to get this done in remembrance of Superman Day on February 18th. Just pretend that this is February 18th when this is being uploaded. But I titled this review Superman Does America because, quite frankly, it's just a good old fashioned travel story with him, Lois, and their son John. But contrary to what DC currently wants you to believe, Superman has always been the quintessential American hero since his debut in June 1938. Well, April 1938. It's kind of confusing, but let's just roll with it. Despite the attempts to destroy his brand in recent years, yes, destroy his brand. You can't just get rid of Clark, introduce John, age him up, and then have the guy dyes hair with pink kryptonite say that that's John's boyfriend. That is just brand destruction. Despite that, there has been some light that shows what a hero is about. More specifically, from about 2016 to 2018 in the Superman Rebirth run. Pretend this is, like I said, pretend this is uploaded April 18th, and let's celebrate the Man of Steel's birthday by looking back at two issues from the amazing Rebirth run of Superman. And, well, let's just say the title Rebirth is appropriate, for this was a genuine attempt to bring Superman back to the character we all know and love. The issues that we will look at will be shortly after the Superman Reborn storyline, and these two issues will be called Declaration and Independence Day. That's right, you can tell what it's about. The story starts with Superman trying to stay awake on his flight back to his farm, where his family is waiting for him to return. To which we're greeted with a humorous scene of Superman having to pick up Lois and John by throwing them over his shoulders as he puts them to bed properly. After that, the actual plot of the story takes place. And it shows and another just humorous scene that parents should be all too familiar with. John jumping on his father out of excitement for the Kent family road trip. The family then embarked from their upstate New York farm, at least I believe Hamilton is in upstate New York, and then they moved to Metropolis. It seems weird because as of right now, Metropolis is supposed to be in New York, but let's just pretend Metropolis is in Delaware and they can go anywhere. But that being said, you follow the Kents from Niagara Falls to Sharon, Massachusetts, to New York City, to Philly, and visiting DC with their final stop in Gettysburg. Let's get into the significance of the story. Because while these two issues aren't the most action filled, they do show another side that our society, well, at least our current America, is deeply lacking. Just appreciation to say, hey, this is our country. Let's try to do what we can to help keep that around. Just keep the goodness that we have created around, which is fitting because Gabe Al-Taibbi is actually the colorist of these issues, and we already know what happened. What DC kind of forced him to do. Well, I wouldn't say forced him to do, but it was just out of principle. I respect him deeply for that one. He refused to be a part of the systematic destruction of this character. And also, back to the story, the trip is for Clark and Lois to explain to their son the sacrifice that America has made, and that it is John Kent's responsibility as an American, not as Superman, but as an American citizen first and foremost, to uphold those who died for liberty and to take care of those that survived. And you get some interesting character revelations that you won't get in modern comics. Lois having a uncle who died in the Korean War. The Korean War is actually referenced Usually focus more on Vietnam and World War II, but that's just a hidden war that we don't really talk about. We get a scene with the family actually meeting a veteran who's out on the streets, and, well, we see something that I will get into later. But in the meantime, let's look at the art, and all I can say is, good God, everything about this art is gorgeous. Like I said, this isn't too much of an action-filled scene, but we do see some things with Superman and Superboy just zooming around trying to maintain statues. Just do little civil service acts, if you will. Including just riding a surfboard down Niagara Falls. Because they can. I mean, Lois can't join them. She just has to sit down there and watch their dives. And as I'm just gushing on the art, it just shows it off beautifully because it just feels like a family taking a road trip. I mean, sure, they look somewhat idealistic, but hey, this is a piece of medium. They're supposed to look idealistic. Something that you're supposed to achieve and strive to go for. As with the entirety of their Superman run, Scott Golderwski and Gabe Altaibi have done a phenomenal job at drawing interesting scenes, drawing amazing character dynamics, getting the coloring just right to where it feels like a patriotic cartoon. Something that we don't get to see anymore since, well, they were taken off. Look more cartoony. Best way I could describe it, they get the perfect blend of what was needed between cartoon and just the starch colors. And I do gotta say, I'm just in love how they did Clark, not Superman, because you can clearly tell Clark is Superman between the huge build, red shirt, well, blue shirt, red shorts. Only thing he has as Clark is the glasses, which he just shows off to kind of help distract from the fact that he is built like a god. And nobody's none the wiser, which actually gets me to the final part of this review.
You must have a philosophical grasp of this appeal that Superman has that's more than just a cartoon character. Philosophically, what does Superman represent to people?
A friend, and that's what people really need most. They don't need a strong arm, one-man vigilante force. They need a friend.
Christopher Reeves describes the entire plot of this story perfectly with that. Between Superman and his family just taking a vet out to dinner, or them just celebrating a birthday with the family of a Civil War hero. Still, it's just one of those things that Superman, he didn't need to, but he went out of his way to just be there, help him out, and expect nothing more, just as something that friends do for each other. Still, thankfully, I want to say that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and we may be able to recover this icon from the grips of the progressives at DC. I want to give these two issues, I want to give them a solid 9 out of 10. There was no action. Feels a little cheesy, but at the end of the day, it shows what amazing heart that's in this character and what happens when people who genuinely love this man are allowed to actually write stories about him. Anyway, this is Solomon Knight, and happy birthday, Superman. Hello there, this is Solomon Knight, and I take it you made it to the end of the video. I graciously want to say thank you for your time. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. I also have several social media accounts that you can follow me on, and there's even some alt tech exclusives. Link in the descriptions below. See you there.